I've dealt with my fair share of HOA nonsense, but nothing prepared me for what happened last Saturday. Karen, the self-proclaimed queen of our local HOA, decided to steal my ranch patio, yes, steal it, for her daughter's wedding. No permission, no rental, no warning. She even called 911 on me when I demanded they leave. So I did what any reasonable ranch owner would do. I flipped the entire patio right in the middle of their vows. And oh, it was glorious. I live on a 40-acre ranch just outside a newly developed HOA neighborhood. My home sits atop a slight ridge with a handcrafted stone patio that overlooks a sweeping valley. It's peaceful, open, and apparently the perfect wedding venue. That patio took me 3 years to build. It's got a pergola made of reclaimed cedar, custom-built furniture welded from iron and wood, and, most importantly, a remote-controlled hydraulic tilt system I installed beneath it, so I can drain water during storms or adjust slope for special events. Nobody outside my family knew about the hydraulics until last weekend. Saturday morning, I drove into town to pick up feed. When I came back, my private drive was lined with luxury SUVs and white balloons. I nearly choked. There on my ranch patio was a full-blown wedding ceremony in progress. Rows of white folding chairs, a fake floral arch, a DJ, a freaking champagne bar set up on my smoker. And at the center of it all, Karen, clipboard in hand, headset on, barking orders like a wedding planner. I parked by the barn and stormed up. "Karen, what the hell are you doing on my land?" She turned to me without a blink and said, "Oh, it's just for a few hours. You weren't using it. And your patio is just so rustic, we couldn't resist." I told her they had 15 minutes to leave before I called the sheriff. She smirked and said, "I already called 911. You're trespassing on a community event." I couldn't believe it. 10 minutes later, 2 deputies arrived. Karen rushed over to them, all crocodile tears, claiming I'd threatened her daughter's wedding. Fortunately, the sheriff's department knows me. One deputy pulled me aside and quietly asked, "Do you want them off your land?" I nodded, but I wanted to make a point. He grinned. "You do what you gotta do. We'll just be here to observe." That's all I needed. As the guests stood for the bride's entrance, Karen gave me a smug smile from across the lawn. I walked calmly to the barn and flipped the remote switch. The patio groaned. The back end lifted slowly, then suddenly gave way like a slanted roof. Tables slid, chairs tumbled. The cake launched. The flower girl screamed. Karen landed in my koi pond with her headset still attached. Chaos. Beautiful, messy chaos. 911 again. Karen tried screaming that I destroyed a public event and endangered guests. But the deputies, trying their hardest not to laugh, simply told her, "This is private property, ma'am. You were trespassing." She got slapped with trespassing illegal assembly and a bill for $4,300 in landscaping damage. Her daughter's marriage? Let's just say if the ceremony started rocky, the honeymoon probably didn't get better. Karen is no longer on the HOA board. Apparently, the neighbors got tired of her borrow first, apologize never behavior. My patio? Good as new, and more famous than ever. I've had 3 actual wedding planners offer to rent it, with proper permits. I politely declined. Now I keep the gate locked and the hydraulics charged, just in case someone else decides to borrow my land for their big day. Because out here, we settle things the old-fashioned way, with hydraulics and a koi pond.